Anna Kendrick is getting candid about mourning her father William. The Alice, Darling actress, 37, opened up about the death of her dad while on the Armchair Expert podcast, saying he died at 75 of end-stage liver cirrhosis. An obituary in the Portland Press-Herald said William died peacefully on November 16, 2022, of natural causes with family by his side. Additionally, Kendrick's older brother Michael shared throwback family photos on Instagram in November featuring their father and the caption, William King Kendrick 1946 to 2022. Rest in peace, Dad. Kendrick said on the podcast that she and her brother had sort of been prepared to get a call with the sad news for the past decade. Especially in the last couple of years, there were constantly these updates about his health, and we don't talk about anything. So, there were these very vague but somehow very serious updates happening all the time and we couldn't really read between the lines and figure out what are we talking about, she said. I would just love a timeline, but we can't really ask those questions. We were always trying to interpret what was happening. And, my brother and I were talking about how we've sort of been prepared for the call to come at any time for the last 10 years, continued Kendrick. Because, again, my dad was larger, he had heart problems in the past, and just generally not a man who kept his health in good order. It always was just, it could happen at any time. William and Kendrick's mom Janice divorced when the actress was a teenager, and he later married his wife Judith. Kendrick said on the podcast that she began therapy 3 years ago, and she soon accepted that there were unspoken things between her and her dad that they both understood. I don't mean to denigrate anyone that does this, but I didn't need to have the Hallmark thing where I spelled it out because we both understand, she explained. The Oscar nominee also discussed difficulties in planning quality time with her dad amid his failing health and uncertainties about how long he had left. The cat with 9 lives, this man, absolutely. I would be in the middle of production going, if I need to come home tell me. It will probably blow up this movie because it's a very small movie and they don't have the funding, whatever, but if that's what's happening let me know, I'll go. It was never clear, said Kendrick. Yes, of course, any recovery is wonderful because it means you have more time, but if I could just get a timeline. If it was 6 months, I know what I'm doing for the next 6 months. But when it's probably like 2 years, I don't really know what to do. I don't stop living my life for 2 full years, how do I navigate this? She added, even this summer, I was looking at little places. Do I lease a place so I can just be going home all the time? But then you visit and you're also like, oh, a fraction of what will be lost is already lost. According to his obituary, William's thirst for knowledge made him an avid reader, and he especially loved world history. He enjoyed traveling, the outdoors, and the theater. He also had a broad and eclectic appreciation of music and studied several foreign languages. He served in the U.S. Navy and spent time as a federal air marshal.